I think it's like the most important thing. Like without it, I think, well, I wouldn't be here right now. I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing. His like talent and ability to like make these comments, I was like, all right, well, I want to get involved in this kind of thing. I just like thought it'd be funny to make like a guy who's some old geezer shouting shit around town.
Hey guys, it's Oscar here from Hazy Magazine. Today we're in Manchester and we're here with Bdon and we're in his home studio right now and we're going to talk to him a little bit about his creative practice. So firstly, if you want to just introduce yourselves to our audience.
Alright, yeah, I'm Bdon, illustrator, painter, designer I guess, yeah, maker of tiles.
Whole mix of things.
Yeah, the whole bag.
So how did you get into the illustration painting? What were your kind of like first steps into it, and did you have any particular influences when you started?
Starting it, I think that's what I was always good at as a kid. Kind of hit that age where I was thinking, what do I do next, like uni and stuff, and it was either go to uni, do drawing, or yeah, do something I probably wasn't going to be very good at. So I kind of went, well, that's what I'm good at right now, stick with that. And yeah, I kind of got into it because I, at the same time, got into music and was just like, well, what can I do to bind these two things together? And album covers seemed like a really good way. Started doing vinyls and stuff for labels, and yeah, just kind of worked from there really.
Yeah, you kind of like build it up, don't you, when you find something you can work on it for, so say like vinyl covers or something, and then I guess that opens like a lot of different doors, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, it's always been just like what do I find, what makes me happy, and what am I interested in? That's kind of just what I always want to go for.
It's always important though, definitely, bro. So obviously you do a lot of these talkie tiles, which we went around Manchester today and saw a few of. Can you tell me the inspiration behind them, and also can you give our audience a bit of context as to like how these tiles came about? What was the thought process behind creating them?
The whole tile thing came because I wanted to have give my own thing with the whole street art, and maybe have something that's not just like another tag on the wall. Even though I'm really into that kind of stuff, but I wanted to have my kind of aspect into it. And I'm way better at drawing with pencils and pens and stuff. So I thought, well, if I stick to something smaller, then that could be my avenue into this like whole world. And at the time, I was just rewatching loads of old like English programs like Only Fools and yeah, stuff like that. And I just like thought it'd be funny to make like a guy who's some old geezer shouting shit around town.
Yeah. Sick, man. And it's kind of cool that you took inspiration from like another medium, like you say, these old like TV programs and stuff. It's cool how that like translates into these other physical pieces of artwork that's like a completely different medium, really.
Yeah, no, well, never really thought about that, but yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, it happens with a lot of artists. I feel like they often take from different mediums. Like someone might take from music, even though they're like, you know, an artist like yourself, like an illustrator or someone who makes these like physical tiles or mosaic pieces.
Yeah, and
it's cool to kind of like see how like different mediums translate into each other almost, and it can be quite inspiring, I think, when you're stuck for inspiration in the same medium that you work with, to like look down different avenues and see what you can take from it, I guess. Obviously in the interview with Hazy Magazine issue 4, you said how you started these comic tiles as well, so can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so well, that was really got into this guy called Robert Crumb recently. It means like his like whole peak era was like the 60s, but he's just this like insane illustrator. He like kind of started the whole like underground comic kind of like movement. I mean, some of the subject matters, like looking back, is kind of wild, but his like talent and ability to like make these comments, I was like, alright, well, I want to get involved in this kind of thing. And just, well, the square tile, I thought would be really cool if that could be like one just cell of everything, and to put it around the Northern Quarter, which is already this like open gallery. I thought, well, make this like walkable comic book series as these tiles kind of thing. You can go around, just spot one. I numbered all of them so you know which one's in sequence, but yeah, that's my thinking.
Yeah, man, it's cool to like we kind of said earlier, to have that physical trail for people to actually come and interact with, and it's almost like you could almost create like a map out of it, I guess, and have it like Space Invader does. He has a bit of like a game where if you like final of the mosaic tiles he puts around the world, you know, you can like get something from it, I guess. And it's perhaps a similar thing with the ones you've got in the northern quarter.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, now, I mean, looking back at it, I probably should think more into kind of things like that. But yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, 100%. But yeah, and like with the format of a comic, I guess obviously it's like a fairly like chronological format. So there's definitely things to do with that. I think it's a really sick approach to take to it.
Yeah,
something a bit different. You know, people, like I say, it's like in an open air gallery and people can interact with it in that way, which is always great, I think. With these tiles and other pieces you make, what mediums do you use to create them? And do you kind of like to experiment with different materials from time to time, or do you prefer to kind of stick to one medium and be consistent with it?
I think at the moment I've kind of like just tried to have really stuck to like pencils and stuff like that, and pens, just because I wanted to. I always just feel like there's room for improvement in the way I draw, so I've kind of just always stuck to that so I can get better and better at it. But it probably is not a better thing to do is to try different mediums. Yeah, I mean, I've got loads of other materials I just haven't really cracked much yet, but there's always room for improvement, isn't there?
Yeah, no, for sure. But like you say, it's kind of good to also stick in like one lane and build upon the thing that you know works best. And yeah, man, it seems like the tiles are a really like niche. I haven't seen anything like it before, really, apart from with someone like Space Invader. I haven't really seen anybody take these physical artworks to the street. Like obviously you get that with graffiti, but that's like you do it there and then. You spray paint on a wall and you do it in the moment, whereas you kind of like have that time to prepare, and you have the I guess like the what's the word, like the opportunity to experiment if you wanted to and work like at home or whatever. But then like you also, I guess, do you also think about like spots to install it in? Like, is that an important part of your work as well?
Yeah, no, it definitely is. When I was more so back at home with the talkie ones back in Brighton, which is where the majority of those ones are, I'd pick the spot first and then write the thing. Here with the comics, somewhat, yeah. I mean, like that one we did today with the fishing, I was in my head, I was thinking like Manchester canals, somewhere around there it's going to get posted. Given time to make it kind of thing is, I'm not very good at doing stuff on the spot. I've got like really shaky hands, very like indecisive. So to have that time to sit here and be like, okay, well, I can rub it out, I can do all that, it makes me feel a lot easier about it.
No, for sure. And like, how do you install them? Like, obviously we went around earlier in the video, so they'll see that. But can you tell us a little bit about how you install these tiles? And in that way, is it important for you as an artist to like have your work, I guess, almost connected to the urban landscape and to sort of be like an open air gallery for people?
Yeah, well, stick it on with like this Gorilla Glue. When I was like researching stuff, I was thinking I could do like silicone and that, but I was like, well, no, I want these things to last. So I'll varnish it first, glue the back, stick it on. It takes like nothing to dry, but yeah, I mean, when I pick a spot, it's more, I don't want to like actually like fuck up someone's nice. I mean, Manchester's got a lot of nice buildings, not really trying to mess that up. Like if there's a spot that's already looking a little bit rough and ready, then yeah, there we go. But like Northern Quarter's got loads, and there's like, it feels like there's just walls dedicated, and like all these artists come and just whack up their own stuff. I don't want to get involved in that, basically. Yeah,
no, for sure. I do really like that, how you make it like accessible for people as well. It's not something people can just view like on Instagram. They don't even have to have social media, and that's the whole thing about physical media, isn't it? Bringing it to like the open for people who don't want to interact with social media or phones to see, which I think, like I always say, it's like so important in this day and age, I think. So,
no, definitely, yeah. I mean, I'm like more of like a physical guy. I've got like, I work for a lot of record labels, and we were just saying how like, I think I read somewhere that vinyls like overtook digital sales last year or something. Like people just, they definitely get back into having just holding things and realizing how much better it is.
No, 100%. Has like doing this kind of like these physical artworks opened up any doors you didn't expect it to open up?
Well, I mean, this right now, I'd say. Yeah, I feel like even just what you've been saying is that you've never really seen stuff like that. That's what I was going for, and it's glad that someone else has thought the same.
Yeah. No, bro, honestly, like it's sick to have you involved. And,
no, yeah, cheers, man. The magazine looks great, and like, I'm really like, it's the first time I've been doing something like this, so yeah, thanks for getting me involved.
No problem at all, bro. Yeah, it's I think it's sick to like, you know, include a variety of different works. Like I said to you before, we started off doing mainly photography, but to have someone like you involved, it's yeah, it's sick to expand into that, and it really opens my eyes, I think, to see you make artwork like this, because it's not something I ever considered possible. Obviously I knew about Space Invader, but yeah, it's a very like different avenue. It's something I haven't, especially like in the UK, I haven't really seen much of it before. So like, yeah, I rate it a lot, bro. It's sick. I ask this question to everybody that I interview, and I want you to give me your take on it. So the question is, how is physical media important in this day and age, specifically within your creative practice, but also in general?
I think it's like the most important thing. Like without it, I think, well, I wouldn't be here right now, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing. But just for general public who aren't even involved in the scene, I think just that's the way these things get thrown around and shown and stuff. Like I feel like, but like, even just looking around and like being involved in the world it is now, you can see a change where people they want these things back. Like, yeah, with the vinyls and like all these like new bookshops opening, like the ones we went to today. Like, there's definitely a market for it, and I think people now are becoming more aware of the fact that, oh wait, I do miss having these things. Like in my living room, I've got like vinyl player, record player, like CD player, just because it just looks better, doesn't it?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, having the physical thing is so much more meaningful.
Yeah, like, you know, when you're a kid, you had like a DVD collection, you like look through and like, yeah, that's wicked. Like, go to your mate's house with the PS2 games, and they're like, yeah, like, I want that back again, basically. I think
sure.
A lot of people do.
I think people are like naturally inclined to physical media. Like, we've seen it with vinyl, we've seen it with books even.
100%.
Yeah, like people are always going to go that way, and I think, yeah, like it's almost like there's been a loss of connectivity to physical media because maybe of like social media, TikTok, Instagram, things like that, which are great platforms for creatives, but at the same time they kind of like dilute it a little bit. Like, I don't know, like it's harder to kind of get out there. So yeah, I think people are always going to be attracted to physical media.
But like, you know, like everyone loves a bit of nostalgia, and I guess now is the physical realm nostalgia coming back into it.
For sure, yeah. Well, hopefully we see that change. But I appreciate you coming on today. It's cool to like find out more about your creative practice.
Thanks for having me.
No problem at all. So you can catch Bdon in Hazy issue 4. And before we finish for today, where can they find you on socials, website, etc.?
Yeah, well, Insta, I've got a TikTok at @it's_Bdon, and then website is bdonmakesart.com, and that's also like the shop as well. You can buy some like t-shirts and prints and tiles and stuff. So yeah, have a look.
So make sure you check that out. Till next time, till the next creative. Peace. Thank you for watching this episode of the Hazy Magazine issue 4 Sit Down. The link to order Hazy Magazine issue 4 can be found in the description. The link to the artist's social media handles can be found in the description as well. Like and subscribe to keep updated with the latest of the Hazy Magazine YouTube channel. And see you next time.